Hi everybody, it's Kathy here, and today I'm playing along with Mix It Up Monday. It is a layout based on this sketch that we get given, and then we use our mixed media. And this is by Christine from Scrap and Harden, and I love this sketch. So I'm also going to use up one of my kits left over from the whole kit and caboodle. I want to finish that off as well, so I'm using the papers from there. I'm going to cut down my three photo mats. I'm using 3.5 by 5, but I end up trimming it even narrower as the layout keeps building. I love the papers here. These are a Uniquely Creative one, and also Stampin' Up piece for the background. I like the blue wood grain. I'm going to use my hole punch here to cut in my note paper border. This punch is getting a little bit blunt. I think I need to use some foil to sharpen it up. Fiskars tend to get blunt very quickly, I find. I'm just going to finish trimming that off because in Christine's sketch there is the note paper at the top. Now I'm tearing off down the bottom, and I just realised as I've done that I've done that a little bit too short, and you'll see when I come back that I actually fix that by adding a few more layers of torn paper. Now remember, a sketch is just a guide. It's there to be a kick-off point, and we just work it to suit ourselves. Don't be afraid of a sketch. Have a go. Each part is just an indication of what could be there. Now for my Mix It Up Media part, I am using some solar paste, and these are called Crocodile Tears, and I love it. They give a greeny shimmer, and given that I'm using Outback pictures, or they're not really Outback, they're Australian focused pictures, I'm putting in some gum leaves around my layout just to support the embellishments that I want to include, and I'm just putting those onto the layout there, and you can see how shimmery they come up. Now the best thing about solar paste is that it does dry really quickly, and I do like to add it to my layouts because I like the effect it gives, but the fact that it dries really quickly, I can work on the layout pretty much straight away after it's been added. So I'm strategically putting gum leaves around the layout. I like this stencil. I went looking for it. I knew I had it. I just had to go find it, and it just puts that extra little bit onto the layout. So there you can see that I have added those extra torn pieces to the end just to extend it a little bit more. And in this bottom corner here, just because I can, I'm putting in a little Australia, because just reflecting that this is an Australian theme. And then I'm also putting in the Southern Cross up there because these photos were taken in the night time, and you can see the Southern Cross in the sky. So I'm going to ink up my edges using gathered twigs, and that's another piece of mixed media that I'm adding into this layout, and I'm just making sure that all my pieces are inked up so that they have that smoky effect and create that border. I cut the arches out of the paper. That was convenient, and they're going to be those rounded bits that you see on the sketch, and I'm going to put those onto the layout accordingly. So first of all, I'm just making sure that I'm laying it out. Now I do take out this middle piece here, and the reason I do that is because I cut my title from it. No, I'm not wasting a piece of paper where I can use it. It's a shame that I can't use that other side with the florals. I probably could have, but the photos would cover it anyway. But I do love the Hessian in the pink on the other side. So this is a great paper range. As I said, it's from Uniquely Creative. It's just a very beautiful piece of paper, Outback. It's the Outback range. I really do like it, and I've used it now through this whole kit and caboodle and created quite a few very effective layouts. So I'm tucking these arches in where the sketch had the circles, and they've got the icons on these arches, and I just like how they sit nicely into those spots and fill that requirement for the sketch. Now I will be trimming those down neatly. I love the back of that paper. It's a pink and white check gingham type thing. It's really pretty as well. I think I might need to invest in another pack. I love this paper range. It's so visually pretty. but also versatile. So you can see I've trimmed down my photos here. They were originally 3.5, but I bring them down to about 2 3/4, I think, so that they fit on the page. Now, these photos are of the koala at Sydney Zoo. This is the baby koala. At night, we were there for Glow, and this koala was out and about in the tree and very, very active, which was pretty good to see because at night time they move around a bit more than they do in the daytime. Too hot, and they sleep 22 hours a day, so it was good that we got to see this one a bit active and alert and just so cute. And so I've taken the photos here. This will go with all my Glow pages. There are going to be quite a few of them, and it shows the koala in like looking directly at the camera, which is really cute. Now, I've tucked in some frames. That's a little bit different to the sketch. That's what I wanted to do to add some more detail to the layout. I'm just moving it across so that it fits evenly across. I'm also going to pop up that middle photo with some foam dots so that it stands out, because that's the koala actually looking directly at us, and it then pops up off that page. So when you're doing a sketch, remember each of the pieces that you see on the sketch are just an element that you can incorporate. You can run with the sketch and then you can build on it yourself and add more detail. I've put in the journaling off screen down the bottom, and it's just basically saying that we saw the koala alert, which we don't usually get to see. And I'm calling this one Eucalyptus Dreams, and I thought that was cute with the koala. They eat their own particular type of eucalyptus, so each koala family has their own preferred eucalyptus, which is really strange because you'd think they'd all eat the same ones, but they don't. They prefer their own for their territory, and I know with my daughter being an animal keeper for a while that they had to go and travel and get the right ones for koalas based on their preference of leaf style and flavour. Now, I'm just going to add in some flowers from this kit as well, from the ephemera packs, and just to build up those little clusters and add points of interest on this layout. I do love how this is turning out. It's such a pretty layout, and it's having all the little bits and pieces added in. So for my mixed media on this layout, I've used some solar paste. I've also used some Distress Oxide to ink up the edges of my pieces of paper, and I will put ink splatters onto this as well. So that's my mixed media part, and I have followed the sketch pretty closely, putting in my interpretation of the circles and the 3-photo layout. So I love, as I said, how this has come together. I'm just putting in my Nuvo drops. There you go, another piece of mixed media, and those clusters are now set on the layout, drawing an eye around. I am using the Dina Wakley Clear white gloss, and that's adding that extra bit of interest to the layout. I love how this has come together. I'm sorry, I'm a bit preferential to this one. I really do think it's very pretty, and it's just got a whole range of mixed media that just really adds to the layout. And that's really important too, that it's an addition, not an overtake. So that's my opinion. That's what I like. What do you think? Do you think mixed media is overused, underused, just an extra part of the process? Down below is a full playlist linked below. Leave me your comments down below about the mixed media. I'd be really interested, and I will get back to you. Remember, there are so many very talented people playing along. Go and check them out. Leave them some love. Hopefully I've earned a thumbs up from you, and if you have not hit the subscribe button, please do so. Happy scrapping, one layout at a time. Remember, I'll see you in the next video real soon.